said this shit feel special. I knew I was on different levels. OG told me never let another nigga out your dish. And if a nigga playing captain, the only thing left to do is off with his best. Ain't nothing.
Black and Unfiltered, we are back. What's happening? What's cracking? Y'all already know me, Mr. Famous Brand himself, Darnell Brown. And this is another BNU Famous Brand Business Spotlight, where we love to shine light on our fellow Black business owners and entrepreneurs. Of course, big shout out to the Black and Unfiltered crew. You already know this is a Black and Unfiltered entertainment production. Today, we got another Marvel in the building. Everybody, please help me welcome Kenny McClendon, co-founder of Defiant Digital. Kenny, we appreciate your time, man. How you doing today?
Oh yeah, I'm doing good. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm blessed. Weather pretty decent. I'm sure it's better where you at. You in LA, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm in LA. Yeah, where you at?
North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
we
we in two totally different coasts, but the weather pretty decent today, so it's all good. But nevertheless, once again, like I said in the beginning, definitely appreciate your time. I know time is the biggest asset. And I know you're a very busy individual. So just like we do with everybody on the show, real quick, I'm going to just give you the floor to formally introduce yourself to everybody watching on a personal level. Whatever information you want to disclose is entirely up to you. And then we'll pretty much just hop into everything you got going on. So you got the floor, my brother.
Cool. Yeah, my name is Kenny McClendon. I'm one of the owners of Defiant Digital, one half of Defiant Digital. I'm a producer, director, writer, editor, all of that. And I'm told I'm not that good at intros, so that's basically. I'm just to get more information. I'm from originally from Pontiac, Michigan. It's like 30 minutes from Detroit. I moved out to LA like 13 years ago. Went to film school, learned how to edit, really work software, took classes, ended up working on different TV shows, building up my talents, working with some of the best in the industry, like Shonda Rhimes. I worked on shows for I started off at BET as an intern, and actually I was there when the first scripted shows started coming in. You know, BET used to be more like reality based, and like Sunday Best was the first show I think I ever worked on, the gospel competition show.
Yeah.
And while I was there, they started slowly bringing in scripted shows like The Game and Let's Stay Together and Being Mary Jane. And I started on those, got my feet wet, learned scripted, and from there just kept going up. Eventually left there, went to Fox, worked on the show, went to ABC, worked on like How to Get Away with Murder, Scandal. And then from there just bounced around from network to network before my partner got the idea, like, let's start our own network. But we can get into that more, like how that started too. So
yeah, for sure. And you know, we had already talked, you know, in advance. You know, you had learned me some information before we even hopped on. So definitely get into that. But real quick, shout out to DeMario Dudley as well. He's the other co-founder of Defiant Digital. So definitely big shout out to him. But go ahead and enlighten everybody on how Defiant Digital got started.
Well, the way Defiant Digital got started is that was actually my partner, my best friend too, DeMario Dudley. So we both from Michigan. We moved out here together. We've been rocking since high school. And we both been in the film. So when we moved to LA, we moved out here together. And we both worked at BET together, but it was always our goal to never work on shows. We always wanted to create our own and stuff. You know, that's what everybody moved to Hollywood for, is to create. Nobody really wants to just work on other people's stuff. So we created like 3 other projects before in the past and actually pitched them. One I can't really name what it's about because it's still a possibility. But at the time when we worked at BET, we actually got pitch meetings. This is us being young in 20s, you know, not even understanding the business and the politics like that. So I interned on the post-production side. He interned on the executive side to learn how shows is pitched, like what networks are looking for, you know, that type of business. So we actually had created a show and got the opportunity to pitch it to BET. So Mario pitched it and they liked it, and it kept moving up to like, I think it was like one meeting away from actually getting greenlit and being a show on BET. And then BET literally fired like everybody that we knew that worked there, all the execs, and they brought in a new company. So I mean a new regime. So that kind of like killed, you know, what we had going on. So that didn't stop. Then next thing you know, Mario came up with another show, and we went and shot that and did that, started pitching it around. It got into some hands of some big people. That never happened with it. Rinse, recycle, repeat. It happened the third time, and nothing happened. So like he got frustrated with like not being able, you know, like knowing we can do dope shit, but nobody, you know, taking it on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like giving us a chance because they don't know who we are. And, you know, we don't have that type of name out here. But we both know that we super talented in different ways. So he got the ideas like, man, let's just make our own network and put it out, you know what I mean? And get our own following and just do what we want and show people, you know what I mean?
Right.
So he came to me, and I didn't understand at first when he said create your own network. I'm like, CBS? Like, nigga, we got that type of money? Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I ain't get it at first. And then he barely explained it. It wasn't until the day we was shooting the first thing, which was Tops, which was a totally different show. And like, as I'm sitting there, I'm like, nah, I see what you're trying to do. Like, I get it. You know, now I can actually inject, because at first I had no ideas because I didn't get exactly what he was trying to do. And like with Tops, if you see, have you seen Tops?
Yeah,
the show? Yeah, if you would have seen what it was, it was totally different. It was just literally females talking. Like, it was no comedy, nothing. It was just them talking. And I just remember us both looking like, you know, we can make this pop different ways. And we started running over ideas and stuff. And next thing you know, we booked some comedians. And then after that, you know, it just took a whole new life. And then we just had fun with it and made it creative. And after that, we just started spitting all these different ideas, like what other shows we can create, you know what I mean? And then that's when we started creating everything. And Cancel Court was actually the last show we created out of all of them. And it wasn't planned. It was crazy how that was. We had shot all these other shows, and we was like, all right, we done shooting. We ain't shooting nothing else. Let's just edit. And it was like 2 a.m. And I was high too, because I started smoking. That's how I edit. So I smoked. And then Mario just started talking, like naming off all these show ideas he had. Well, he's like, I start off with just names of shows. He's like, I don't even have any ideas with these, but it's just dope names. He just started naming off all these ideas. And like, they were just going in one ear and out the other. And he said, Cancel Culture Courtroom. And I was like, hold on, what? And then he said it again. I was like, Cancel Culture Courtroom. Literally, as soon as he said it again, I hit the blunt, just smoked again. I was like, what ideas you got for that? He was like, nothing right now. And then I was just like, bruh. I was like, what if we, you know, cancel culture? I'm like, all right, it's already there. But I'm like, how can we do this and make it fun? I was like, bro, what if we took 2 lawyers and made them 2 comedians and made them the lawyers, and then made the jury of audience? You know what I mean? And I was like, bro, you know, I just started going, and he was like, oh yeah. Literally, we just said we ain't shooting nothing else. Came up with the whole idea right there, literally in 20 minutes, no bullshit. The next day, we on the phone, we calling my homegirl Jenny, who's an agent for a lot of the comedians. We like, hey, who would be down to do this? Blah blah blah. Next thing you know, we put that whole thing together in 2 weeks and shot 5 episodes, and it was like, boom, there it was. That was like the least prepped show we did out of all of them, but that was the one we knew was like, oh, this shit is different. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because we was like, ain't nothing like this. You know what I mean? We was like, let's be raw. Let's let them be funny. Let's be serious. Let's be deep. Let's, you know, like have a real conversation, like make it a debate show. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, that's where that came from.
That's what's up, man. I know, but Cancel Court is my shit. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, that's my shit for real. Hey, so I know you had mentioned Tops, and you had mentioned Cancel Court, and you know, this is just for anybody that, you know, may not have tuned into Defiant Digital yet. So just talk about a little bit about the different shows that y'all have, and even if you're able to give like a brief description of each show, just to enlighten everybody.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cancel Court is a show where we take any celebrity or topic that people want to cancel, and we take them to court basically, and we let two comedians, one defend, one prosecute, and then we let the audience decide. And that's the thing too. People be thinking we make the decision. We literally don't mess with nothing. When I say that show is 100% improv, authentic, we don't mess with the outcome. We don't tell the jury how to think. I know a lot of comments, people get mad at the jury's decision. So now we got to tell the jury, like, hey, listen to what they actually saying. Don't go in based off, you know what I mean? Like, let the lawyers actually win, you know what I mean, or lose. So it's 100% improv. We don't fake nothing. Nothing is scripted. Everything you see from Pat wilding out, grabbing the gun and all that, like he just did that.
That'd be the dopest shit though, for real.
Yeah, that's what make it fun. We just tell them like it's your platform. Like basically we wanted to be a platform for comedians to just talk their shit. You know what I mean? So like we don't interfere at all. The only time we interfere is when it comes to like directing, like, oh, you blocking this camera. Oh, we didn't get this line. Like that's it. Other than that, we let them do what they do, and then we put our magic on it when we start editing and stuff. Tops is basically a comedic panel show where the best way to describe it is like both sexes kind of battle on dating, relationships, sexual questions. So it's a question, and we got comedians, social media figures, influencers, whatever, and we just let them get a pen. That's a hard show to explain. Like I really never knew how to explain Tops, but it's fun. Like we add graphics, animations, all that. And we actually got a new episode that's about to drop, the new episode of Cancel Court as soon as I can finish them. The reason too why people ask, like, why does it take so long for us to make everything? When we came out, we looked like this big network that could compete with, you know what I mean? Because our quality is super good, but what people don't realize is only 4 of us behind all of this. Like, it's a very small team. It's me and Mario who do literally like most of everything. Then Tony, the judge from Cancel Court, that's our boy. He's a producer. He helps us with anything we need. Yeah. And Diana McDesson, she handles she's a producer for us. She handles our social media stuff. It's literally just 4 of us. It's like we all got normal jobs and everything, and like we just gotta, you know what I mean? We do this on the side until it can really take off and blow up, and we get actual more help. And my boy EJ is another one. He's one of the producers of Cancel Court as well. He edits as well, but he's a busy man as well. So it's like between us, it's like it's hard to find the help. You know what I mean? Like that can really help put stuff where it is. There's other people who help too as well. I'm gonna shout out everybody at the end. I don't want to slight nobody. The people that help, but like as a core of like people who deal with this every single day, it's literally me and Mario to deal with this every day. Everybody else can, you know, they contribute in other ways and stuff, but that's why, like, and to make the shows as quality as they are, like when people look at it, like, bro, this look like real TV. You know what I mean? Like the reason that takes as long is because like we want that quality there. We want to stand out. We know we late to the content game. You know what I mean? It's a million people with YouTubes and all this putting out content. So when we first came out, we was like, how can we separate ourselves and make ourselves different? It's like we need to look premium. You know what I mean? Like everything we do need to look high quality.
Right,
so,
for sure.
You know, but we're gonna actually start putting out more content. We're gonna put more quicker stuff out that's creative and fun, just as fun. Keep the shows we got at the quality level they at, but we realize like that's not a process where you can just keep putting out dope stuff. You know, like we gotta have best of both worlds. You get what I'm saying? So, and then another one of our shows is like Food Fights, which is
I like that one too.
Yeah, it's actually about to get better because we're gonna revamp it. We figured out how to make that one pop a little bit more. So stay tuned. See these new episodes coming out.
For sure, man. Yeah, me and my lady, we like Food Fights. We be watching that. We watched that one together, like the one with the tacos and I think they did like an Italian dish in one of them or something like that. So yeah, we
Yeah,
definitely rock with that one.
yeah. We new to the content game, so like we dropped something that didn't get 100,000 views. We like, damn, people don't like this. But then we realized, like, nah, people like this. It's just everybody who
Hmm.
watch Cancel Court don't go and watch the other ones, and it's like we got to
Exactly.
figure out like how can we get people that watch this to watch this. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And I think we working on ways to like fix that little glitch.
Like the gap and whatnot.
We realized like how we got a lot of our base and just like how to keep feeding them different stuff with the people they like to see. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Hmm.
that's the way we'll incorporate new ideas in the food fights. And then we got some new shows too. And like what I'm really excited about is we're gonna get into like more scripted based, like short films, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah, I
creating
saw
our own.
y'all. Y'all put out the short film Junior, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken. Yeah, I
yeah,
peeped that joint. That was different to see that up there, but it was good stuff though. I liked it.
yeah. That was always the idea. Like we had Junior since we premiered Defiant Digital, we had a big premiere party and all that. And Junior was like the last thing we showed. And
Mm,
the reason Junior was big is just because we wanted to show people like we're not just a comedy network. We
right,
just want to do dope content all across. So like dramas, short films, like eventually this is just our starting point. We literally are just getting started. And when you look
for
up
sure.
in 5-10 years, Defiant Digital, our plan is to have it be a big multimedia conglomerate that has a little bit of everything. You know what I mean?
Right,
From reality, comedy, scripted movies, TV shows, everything. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure.
we just
And I was gonna
want
say, even going back to, you were talking about trying to like bridge the gap as far as viewers and the shows and whatnot. But I was gonna say it's good that I think y'all have an advantage with the variety of the different shows that you have. With Cancel Court, Food Fights, Tops, and the other shows, and then you even talking about expanding to short films and talk shows and more scripted content and things like that. So I definitely feel like
exactly.
y'all have a big advantage in regards to that. I mean, that's just like with Black and Unfiltered. We have our podcast, but we have shows like this that focus on the businesses and whatnot. We have our Live from the Underground show where we interview music artists and
Oh, dope,
producers
dope.
and things like that. So yeah, I can
Yeah.
definitely say y'all have that advantage. And it's good that y'all do have that.
Yeah.
Um,
And I love shows like this, just to mention like black business, like anything like that. Like I came in the game, I'm more of an artist. So like I'm still
mhm,
learning business tactics, you know what I mean? But I follow
for
all
sure.
those pages on Instagram and like I always take in as much knowledge, watch podcasts and all that. So
Hmm.
like I know you already know by creating this, like how helpful it is to up and coming people and just like, being able to give information to up and coming. So it's like y'all keep doing y'all thing. That's why when you invited me on here, I was super busy, but I'm like, yeah, I'll definitely do it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like any way to support, like that's another thing. I like supporting other people that's taking the
Hmm.
leap, doing something creative and doing something unique, dope. You know what I mean? So
For
same.
sure, man.
So
Continuing on with Defiant Digital, talk about just, and like I said, this is just enlightening for people who may not have tuned in yet. But talk about like the different comedians and social media influencers that you have. 'Cause I know you said before, I think some of them have like that they have like the same agent or whatever. So talk about the different people that you have on the shows.
yeah, I actually don't know whose agent is who. They all got
Mm,
different agents, but like my homegirl is like DC Young Fly's agent. And like I
mm,
don't know who else she represents exactly, but she can get in contact with all of them. And like, you know, she tells it was hard at first because nobody knew who we was. They didn't know what we was doing. So it's like to get Ryan Davis and CP and DC Young Fly. You know what I mean? Like they just like, all right, we'll do it. Like, but they couldn't, they didn't know what we was doing with it. You know what I mean? When they shot Cancel Court, everybody was excited, like it's a dope idea. But then when it dropped and they seen it, they was like, nigga, god damn, this shit was dope. You know what I mean? They didn't expect it to be like that. You get what I'm saying? They didn't expect it to feel like a TV show. They thought it was gonna feel like how it felt when we was there making it. You know what I mean? And it's like that's the thing why it takes so long to edit those. It's like they just ripping and running, just they talking for 50 minutes, hours. We got to cut that down to 30 minutes and
Yeah.
make it flow a certain way. You know what I mean? So like when they finally seen it, they was like, damn, all right, we rock with what y'all doing. Like, CP Ryan and said it personally many times, like, man, we rock with what y'all doing. Like this shit
Mm-hmm.
is dope. They're literally huge fans of the show, just like everybody else. Like even when they not on it, they watch it and they can't wait
Yeah.
to see they stuff because they forget what they said and stuff. So they watching it like, damn, like, oh yeah, I made this point. Yeah, yeah. And that's what make it dope is they really be wanting to win. Like each episode, they want to win.
For
They
sure,
they
man.
don't want to lose at all. So like it's fun. But yeah. So now it's kind of easy to get talent, you know what I mean? Because now they see a product and they see like, oh, whatever they
Mm-hmm.
do, like, we'll make sure it's dope. Like we got that trust now. They know we ain't gonna put nothing out that make them look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. Right, for sure. But yeah, my homie Pooch, Tevin Welch, he also a part of Black and Unfiltered actually. He said I'm trying to be an influencer over there as well. So so you might want to try to tap in with you. But yeah,
trying to be an influencer
he
with.
be on this shit though for real. Content wise and whatnot. He actually part of the reason why Twitter is the way Twitter is now. Cause he I guess he kind of fucked up the algorithm or some shit. So
Oh damn.
he be doing the damn thing. So I definitely look out for him.
Oh yeah, one thing I love to say is like Defiant is like we trying to create a platform where it's like it's welcome to other creators and stuff. Basically, like everything so far has been created by me and Mario, but
Hmm.
like Junior, for example, the short film, our boy Marcus created that, and it was dope. So we was
Hmm.
like, hey, let's let us put you out there. You know what I mean? And then we did the featurette, gave him his credit for it. You know what I mean? We want to do that with other Black creators, like other short films. We want to put spotlight on people who do dope stuff. You know what I mean? As long as it fits our brand, like
Hmm.
we encourage people to like go out and create their own. And it's like, it's hard getting that following up, but we would love to help people with that bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody create something dope. Like we would love to put that on Defiant. You know what I'm saying? We just
Okay.
haven't had time to really scour and find everything and
Right.
make it make sense. But
For sure.
that's definitely part of the plan. So we always
For sure.
down looking for people to work with.
Okay. For sure. Shout out to Vanessa tuning in. We appreciate you. She said, where do we watch it, his shows at? So I guess if you want to go ahead and plug that in for
Oh
her and
yeah.
everybody.
Right now we got everything 100% free. It's on YouTube. Go to defiantdigital.com/YouTube. Oh no, excuse me. It's youtube.com/Defiant Digital.
Yeah, for sure. There you go, right at the bottom. DefiantDigital.com. You can go to YouTube, search Defiant Digital. Their page will pop up. And of course, all the content is up there. Cancel Core, all the
Yeah.
different shows. Like I said, Cancel Core is my shit. So if
Yeah,
nothing else,
just
definitely encourage y'all to watch that one. But
yeah.
they got a
Watch
bunch of
one
dope
episode
content
of
up there.
Cancer Court. Watch one episode of Cancer Court, and I think you'll be hooked instantly.
For
And
sure.
then give everything else a chance. Just watch everything. Like we try not to drop no duds. So we actually put we put a lot of money into this, and we put it like hearts and quality into this. So like we ain't just throwing nothing out there. So like
Yeah,
that's why every viewer comment, like people who love it, it's like it's love to us. You know what I mean? We appreciate all the support.
for real. And it definitely shows, bro. Pooch, she actually got a question for you. He said, do y'all normally sit in a room together to brainstorm?
Me and Mario, nah, because he actually moved back to Michigan for now. He's gonna move back to LA. So we talk over
Okay.
the phones. I mean, when he come out here to shoot, we brainstorm, and that's when we go back and forth. And it's like what makes us a good partner, like, is that we think totally different. Like if you ever talk to him, our personalities couldn't be more different. Like people who know it. And what I'm into is different than what he into. We both creators, but like when we come together, we know how to just I don't know how to mean like we
Like
just blend well.
take from
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah, and we super hard on each other. Like he said idea that's whack. I say I'm like, I don't see that. I say something that he feel is whack, he tell me, and then we be like, well, what about doing it like this? You know what I mean? Or like what if we blah blah blah? And then You know, we usually come to like at the end of the conversation, we literally usually are both happy where it's at. So it's like it's a good, a good team. So
For sure, man. Shout out to Kels. He's also another member of Black and Unfiltered. He said definitely good to have different perspectives to work with. And I mean, even with us, because with us and Black and Unfiltered Entertainment, it's 10 of us. So we consider ourselves like the Wu-Tang of this podcast thing and
oh
whatnot.
yeah, that's dope.
but yeah, we definitely all the different personalities and perspectives, but it ends up meshing together. So our chemistry is fire, like even on the show and whatnot.
Oh yeah, that's
Vanessa
dope.
said, got it. Keep making moves, man. I'm about to follow on YouTube. So yeah,
Appreciate that,
so
Vanessa.
just got a new subscriber. But yeah, man, one last question. Because I know you got some things to do and whatnot. As you can see with my shirt, my brand and whatnot. I don't know if you can see it over my name, but
Oh
I got
yeah,
the support
like
Black business tees and whatnot. So something that I like to ask everybody that I bring on the show, is for them to talk about what that hashtag means to them and the importance of support Black business. If you could.
oh yeah, what it means to me. It's funny because like it means something to me. It meant something to me before we even started our own business. Like I always try to support like I live in LA where if you walking down Hollywood Boulevard, somebody just try to hand you a CD. Sometimes it's a blank CD without anything on it. You know what I mean? And it's like
Mhm.
you get tired of that type of stuff. Then when you see people that's
Yeah.
actually creating something or trying to start a business, no matter what it is, it's like it could be a food truck. You know what I mean? It's like just supporting that in any way is huge on the other end. You know what I mean? It's like we support huge artists and huge corporations all the time with no
Hmm.
problem. You know what I mean? They don't
Right.
even need our help. You know what I mean? If they lost us as a customer, everything keeps it moving. What people don't realize, like about Black business, is like, all right, if we don't support it, who is? You get what I'm saying? Like if Black people don't support Black business, like it's doomed. And now we back to just being consumers for everything. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
like it's literally everything. And then when you create it yourself, you really see how important it is. You know what I mean? How frustrating it could be and like what a
Yeah.
challenge it is. You know what I mean? I know you go through challenges and frustration. And the fact that you keep going is literally like it's beautiful. You know what I mean? Just like I always got to tell myself that even though there's never been a day where we thought about quitting this, but it's like
Hmm.
I always got to remind myself like my favorite interview was a Nipsey interview. I'm
Hmm.
a huge Nipsey fan. If you look up here, like these are some of my favorite artists. I got Nipsey up
Oh
there.
yeah. I was
So I've
about to
been
say I
listening to
got the
Nipsey since.
All Money In joint right over here. My homie painted it for me.
Oh, dope, dope. Yeah. So I've been listening to Nipsey since the second week that I moved to LA in 2009. Hustle and the
Mm.
House came out, and I remember like when he passed away, I got hired to edit on his documentary for BET that never came out. It's never gonna come out. But literally, I had to sit there and watch 100 hours of footage of Nipsey Hussle talk. When I say literally hundreds of hours that this man talk, like I've never seen that more inspirational. Like the stuff he said, you can relate to every day. Like how you want to quit. He said nothing. The only thing that separated me from the next man who didn't make it was like I just didn't quit. I just kept going. Like I went through every emotion of failing, being told no. It's just like you just keep
Hmm.
going. So it's like I definitely get the frustrations of people that don't support, like especially when it's your friends and family. It's like, bro, you can't just like
Yeah.
this or comment. Like it's the most.
It's
I'm not even asking you for money. Like that's what's
like, nigga, you
crazy
know me.
nowadays.
Like,
That's what's crazy though. To support Black businesses in 2022, it don't even take you giving me any money. Like, can
hmm
you share
There's
this for
plenty
free?
of shit you
Can
could
you?
do for free.
Yeah, and this is like you keep in the back of your head, everybody who's supporting them, everybody who did, you like, all right, when this blow up, I'm gonna give you that same energy you was giving me. But you know what I mean? And you need that chip on your shoulder that really, sometimes that's what motivates you too, to like proving the
Yeah.
people wrong, like that's not supporting you. Like, all right, keep thinking there's some little stuff over here, you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
it's like, but yeah, supporting Black business to me is everything. Like, after George Floyd in the protest, it was at an all time high. But like, I feel like stuff is going back to normal for some people, and it's like, let's not forget, that moment where like everybody's really creating each other. I mean,
Yeah.
really supporting each other and really
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm about to go find a Black owned restaurant. and I'm eating there today. You know what I mean? Like we got to keep that energy, and platforms like this is definitely what keeps that knowledge for people. And it's like we want to create more stuff spotlighting Black businesses as well, like in a TV show format. We haven't gotten there yet. But when I tell you, man, we got so many dope ideas we want to do, but we just ain't there yet just because we ain't got the hands. Like once we get 10 people on our roster, I feel like we'll be able to do some more stuff. And
sure,
definitely
man.
like spotlight stuff like this, you know what I mean? And collab more like this. Like I know we barely talk. I wish we'd have talked on the phone because I definitely want to come back next time like more prepared.
For
Really
sure, man.
chop it up.
Like I said, we can exchange information and all that, man. We can definitely get that cracking.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out
got
to
a few more
Taz.
minutes too. The meeting I had just literally postponed on me, so I got more time now.
Okay, for sure. Real quick, shout out to Taz. This is actually the CEO of Black and Unfiltered. He said,
Oh
"Bro,
yeah.
quoted my favorite Nip quote." And as you were saying, I was like, I definitely heard that one before. I can't remember exactly which interview it was, but I definitely do remember seeing him say that one.
Yeah,
One
we
of them.
actually just posted it on the Defiant Instagram.
Okay. Shoot.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's definitely one of my
man.
favorite quotes.
For sure. So, since you got a little time, we're gonna do a little quick icebreaker that I kind of like to do with everybody. Um, Call it "What's your favorite?" All right, and it's just pretty much, I'm gonna ask you what your favorite is in a certain thing, and just let everybody know what it is and why.
All right.
It could be anything. So first thing I'm gonna start out with is your favorite show on Defiant Digital and why.
Oh, it's cancel court. Uh, it's been my favorite since literally we thought about it. This is my favorite because it's real. It can be real. Like it's literally current topics. It's debates. It's like whatever is split in America, that's what we want. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like whatever people are split on, that's what we want to do. Because like me, I'm a person that love hearing both sides of an argument. I don't just I'm not just,
Yeah.
biased to one side. Like when it comes, that's why we did the Democratic episode. Like me, I do
Mhm.
not consider myself a Democrat. Definitely don't consider myself a Republican. I'm just a
Yeah.
black dude, and I'm like, who's doing what? Like I don't have any affiliation. So like that was my favorite
Mhm.
episode. I was like, man, we got to do a Democratic episode. He was like, why don't you do a Republican episode? I'm like, how many black Republicans? You know what I mean? It's a lot out there,
Yeah.
but it's like we know that's not the common thing. You know what I mean? The common
Mhm.
thing, is everybody just be Democratic. But why? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
let's break it down. You know what I mean? So like that's why Cancel Court is my favorite show because we can talk about real stuff. And just so people know too, that was just the iceberg of like canceling celebrities is funny and stuff. But like, like we're
Yeah.
gonna show range with these new episodes. Like it's not just canceling celebrities because that's funny and all, but it's like it's so many other topics too. I'm not gonna give away some of the other episodes, but some of them gonna really be like, damn, these niggas going there with it. It's like, yeah, we going there with it. Just the conversation, you know what I mean? And then we
Yeah.
got, fun, light, more light ones coming up. Like it's not a light topic, but the next one, just so you know, is who's the GOAT? MJ versus LeBron.
Mhm.
Barbershop conversation. So that's why
Okay.
Cancel Court is like my favorite show. I love the debate. I love watching lawyer movies, all that type of stuff. So like this is all of that in one, but black is here. You know what I mean?
Okay. For sure. All right. So the next one, and this ain't a show like no favoritism or nothing like that. Who is your favorite comedian that's been on the network and why?
I can't answer that.
Can't answer that. Okay. Okay.
Nah,
All
my,
right.
my favorite one, I got a few, but it's the ones I actually talk to most of the time personally. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like some of them I don't really have that relationship with, and
Mhm.
then a few other ones I do. And it's like those are the ones like I'm over here writing other stuff for them. Like, bro, like they don't even know. Like I'm writing the whole show. Like, hey man, what you think about this? This is for you. You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff. But yeah, I'd rather not say who's who.
Okay. Fair enough. I
Keep
feel
keep
you.
keep it keep it
Um.
politics with that one.
Yeah, for sure. So I know earlier we were talking about, how you got to this point and working on different projects, different shows and whatnot.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite show that you worked with or worked on, and why, like in the past?
My favorite show that I've worked on right now is the one I'm currently working on, which is BMF, Black Mafia Family. It's on Stars, produced by 50 Cent, Randy Huggins. That's my favorite show because I'm from Pontiac, Michigan, which is 20, 30 minutes from Detroit, and I know the whole BMF story. So, you know what I mean? Like, that was just like, damn, I could finally work on a Black show set in Detroit. Like, the story I know, like, I actually lobbied to work on that one. Like, I emailed a few people and they hit me back like, yeah. I was supposed to do season 1, but COVID kept pushing it back. So they called me again for season 2, and I'm excited. And like, we already just turned in a first episode. It's fire. So
Okay.
if y'all haven't seen the first season of BMF, make sure to watch it. Like, I swear y'all won't be disappointed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, nah, BMF was definitely dope.
Yeah, it's my favorite one.
Kels said trying to put that man in a horrible spot with that question, talking about the comedian question.
Yeah, nah, it's all good.
All right, last question as far as the favorites joint. What's your, since you're creative and whatnot, do you have a favorite movie?
Yeah, I got a bunch. That's a hard one, but if I just had to say it off the top of my head, I think The Dark Knight. I'm a huge Batman fan.
Okay.
The Dark Knight always been one of my favorites. What else? I got a lot. That's hard. I could just sit here and name them all. Whenever somebody asks me my favorite movie, I gotta be like, you gotta give me 10. Like, I can name 10. And then,
okay.
But like, I watch every genre of movie. So I love comic book superhero movies. I love dramas. I love gangster flicks. I love it all. Like, there's nothing I won't watch, like, genre based. So it's hard to put favorite movie. But off the top of my head, I'm going for The Dark Knight.
All right, for sure. All right, well, definitely appreciate the icebreaker. Talk about what you love or enjoy most about this journey with Defiant Digital and being an entrepreneur in this.
What I love most is just the ability to take what's in your brain and actually make it happen, and then see people respond to it. You know what I mean? It's like when we created Cancer Court, I swear, the way that first Kanye West episode looked, that's exactly how it was looking in my head. You always nervous as you shooting it. You don't know how good it's gonna be or how good the comedians are gonna be. You know what I mean? And then like CP and Ryan, they just killed it. As we were sitting, I'm like, bro, yes. And then when CP started getting deep, I was like, yes, because I always said in my head, like, I wanted to have moments where it get deep and it's not funny no more. It's just real. You know what I mean? And CP, we didn't even tell him to do it. He just did that on his own. And like, I was like, yes. I'm like, all right, I know this about to be it. You know what I mean? And then once we edited, shout out to my boy EJ. He edited the first episode and like structured it that way. When he showed it to me, I'm like, man, this it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my favorite process, just like actually having the creative freedom. Cause like when I work on other big shows or whatever, like for Netflix, whatever, like I don't have the freedom to do what I want. You know what I mean? It's like you could present dope stuff and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we like this, we like that. Oh, nah, change this. And like, man, I don't know what's hot. You know what I mean? Like you be feeling like that. So being able to have the freedom to do what you want and see how you see it and make it unfiltered, you know what I mean? That's like the beauty into it. But like seeing people like dig it, like really like feel it, like, oh man, like people be cussing us out waiting for the next one. Like we don't want to hold people up, but like they like, damn, we're the next episode. And like that actually feels good, knowing that they still like, nigga, where the shit at?
Yeah, man. Hey, when your shit dope, your shit dope. It just boomed from there.
Right.
I'm actually do one more question, then I'm gonna let you plug all your information in and whatnot. And then we'll wrap up from there. Cool. One last question, because I know you were talking about, Nip, and you know how motivational and inspirational he was, watching all the film on him and whatnot. So from Kenny, what advice would you give to the next entrepreneur, even the next entrepreneur, I guess, even rather from a general standpoint, or from, you know, being more specific, somebody that wants to create their own network, their own media platform?
What information would I get her?
Information or advice.
First, whatever business you get into, like learn that craft, learn how to be exceptional at it. You know what I mean? Like learn how to, like if you're gonna put your stuff out there, put your best foot forward. You know what I mean? Like if you want people to take your business serious, you gotta take it serious. You get what I'm saying? It's like the way you present it is everything. You get what I'm saying? And it's like believe in it. You know what I mean? It's just like a rapper that believe in their music. They think they the best rapper, no matter if you never heard them or not. You get what I'm saying? You gotta approach it like that with that type of confidence and tenacity to, you know, like, all right, we're gonna do this, but we're gonna do it. You know what I mean? We're gonna do our research. We're gonna, you know what I mean? Like put our best foot forward.
For sure, man. Well, Kenny, like I said, once again, man, definitely appreciate your time. Definitely appreciate your patience with everything. Like I said, I know you're a busy individual. I know you got a lot of things to do and to keep track of. So appreciate you taking this time, man. You know, from a personal perspective, from a business perspective, on behalf of the Famous brand, on behalf of Black and Unfiltered, I definitely hope we can continue to network. Continue to have more conversations and whatnot, and see where it goes. But
I'm gonna definitely hook you up with DeMario.
For sure.
Hook you up, get DeMario on here. DeMario like talking way more than I do, so he'll be an even better interview.
Yeah,
but let me
most
give
definitely.
a shout out to everybody else. Let me give a shout out to Tony, Diana, Magdestian, our producer, EJ, Deandra, Armin, Marcus, Candace. These are just all the people who helped us. Ryan Brown, our DP. Who else I'm forgetting? Clayton, our graphics guy. Yeah, I just love always shouting out the team, like people who put in the work. You know what I mean? It's not
got to,
one
man.
person. So
got to. What's the name? Real quick. Taz said we need both of y'all on the podcast. So he said, "What's up?"
We can do that. We'll definitely do that. I'll hook that up as soon as we drop these next 2 episodes. You know, get this weight off our shoulders. We'll definitely tap in with y'all.
Okay. We appreciate it, man, for real. Real quick before I close out the show, once again, just plug in your information, Defiant Digital information, where everybody can find the content and whatnot.
It's Defiant Digital across everything. Defiant Digital on IG, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all of that. My personal IG is Kenny D McClendon, and
Okay. All right. Well, everybody that's tuning in, this does conclude another Being You Famous Brand Business Spotlight, where we love to shine light on our fellow Black business owners and entrepreneurs. Once again, y'all already know me, Mr. Famous Brand himself, Darnell Brown. Get your dip, get your merch, get your fragrance. Of course, you can check out my online store. The link is in my bio for merch and fragrance items. Darnell, I'm Famous Brown on Facebook, Instagram at SmoothD620. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube and the BlackTube channel, The Famous Brand, especially in regards to these business spotlights, trying to put these Black businesses out there. Anybody that does want to be a part of the business spotlight, please send all inquiries to the_famous_brand@yahoo.com. Once again, get your dip, get your merch, get your fragrance. It's The Famous Brand. Of course, this is another Black and Unfiltered entertainment production. So please make sure that you tune in and follow the crew on all platforms. Google Black and Unfiltered. We're going to pop the fuck up. It's that simple. But anywhere that you like to listen to a podcast, we on all platforms. We on YouTube. We on the BlackTube. We on Facebook. We on Instagram. We on Twitter. We everywhere, man. But Kenny, once again, thank you. It's Defiant Digital. It's
I need one of them shirts too, bro.
Oh yeah, I'll plug you in, man, for sure. I got you. But nevertheless, it's Defiant Digital. It's The Famous Brand. It's Black and Unfiltered. Catch y'all next time.
Kenny and County Rags coming in. Niggas phony, all this cabin coming in. I the mud, look at where we came from. I'm just trying to send my scat to London. Everybody got their eyes on me. Hated niggas trying to slide on me. Made me gotta wipe my back every day. Hoping God keep his eyes on me. Nigga came straight from the projects. Gotta keep it on me, I married